We'll go ahead and get started. Reminder again to please silence your cell phones, and then when you do get the mic to ask a question, please give your name and affiliation. We'll start with a opening statement from Utah head coach Amy Hogue, then go to questions to the players Alyssa Bonstrom and Haley Denning, and then they will be dismissed, and then go to questions to just Coach Hogue. So, Coach Hogue, if you have an opening statement, you can go.
Yeah, as long as I don't look at these two, I might be able to get it out. But the pride that these ones displayed and the way they wore those colors, super proud. Proud of what they did. Because it's an entire season, right, that we're talking about, and they accomplished so much. So it was a fantastic year for the Utes.
Questions for the players? We'll go to Barry, second round.
Barry Trammell with the Oklahoma. For Haley and Alyssa both, you guys had a long day. Oklahoma State had a long night last night. You had a long day today. I know you've played softball all day long all your lives, but how different is it on this stage, this kind of pressure, this kind of competition? What kind of adjustments did you make having to try to play two games so far apart with such stakes?
Haley, you can go first.
Honestly, it didn't feel like a lot of pressure. I think, gosh, dang it, I'm going to start crying. This team has been so much fun. Just like an experience to come here. I know we've tried so hard our past 5 years to get here, and so it's just been awesome to be here, and we just wanted to try to win for our team, but obviously sometimes it doesn't happen like that, so I just want to give a shout out to my team because this has been amazing with them, and they're awesome people. So,
Alyssa, did you have anything?
I mean, after the first loss today, we just went back to the hotel and just honestly did a reset. We knew coming back tonight was going to be a fight, and I mean, this team has a lot of fight in them, and this just wasn't our day, but I'm excited for the future Utes because this is going to be a big stepping stone for them, and like last year, it didn't go our way, and so I can't wait to see what the Utes are going to do next year.
We'll go to Scott on the second row on the right.
Scott Wright with the Oklahoman for both of you. Looked like Lexi Kilfoyle was pretty dialed in. I wonder if you could both kind of give me an idea of what you saw from her and what it looked like from her tonight.
Haley, you can go first.
She's a great pitcher, hands down to her. We just didn't make our adjustments as a team. Just got to see ball, hit ball sometimes, and we just didn't do that today.
Yeah, I mean, like Haley said, she's a great pitcher, and we knew she threw drop balls, and we just couldn't make our adjustments early enough and couldn't get the ball in the air. So it was just a lack of adjustments today.
Okay, now go to Justin, back row on the left.
For Justin McLeod, extra softball. For Haley and Alyssa both, your coach just said it, you're here. Today's probably not fun, but this has been a season for you guys that's had a lot of moments, a lot of things that you guys have built up to over the last few years. Can you just kind of tell me what this season as a whole has been like for you guys to hit so many highs, to reach so many things that you've been building towards?
Haley, you can go.
I know after last year, we met as a team after we didn't make postseason and kind of just came together like without coaches and just said this is how we want to be different. And so this has been a season that's been building since the day we didn't make postseason last year, and being able to do it with them, like we have grit, we have energy, we have all the things, and it's just been really cool to see like how we turned the program around from what we were, and like having the belief and faith that we could make it here. So,
yeah, I mean, last year wasn't how we wanted to end, and so from the very beginning of this year, we knew the World Series was our goal. And I mean, it started from the very first practice to the very first meeting. I mean, we knew we wanted to end at the World Series, and to say that we actually did is honestly a dream come true. I'm so proud of this team and just the season we've had this year. I mean, we broke so many records, and it was such a historic year for us. And to be a part of kind of this rebuilding group of seniors, I mean, we didn't start out great, and we are leaving the program better than what we came into. And I mean, that's anything that I would hope. And, I mean, Coach A stuck with us for all 5 seasons, and, you know, we rebuilt that program, and I'm so happy that she got to get back to the World Series and that she has the team that she deserves.
Okay, we have one question from Zoom from Alex Behar.
Hi, ladies. Alex Behar with the Salt Lake Tribune. I'm curious, from the perspective of both of you, Haley and Alyssa, when did it become apparent to you guys during the game that it probably wasn't going to happen for you guys, and what were some of the emotions that you were feeling at that point?
Haley, you can go first.
I don't think there was ever a point where we thought we couldn't do it. We're a team that likes to come back when we have our backs against the wall. And so I don't think there was ever a point really where it felt like it was the end for us. I mean, the last inning we thought we were going to score. So,
Yeah, I mean, there's not a doubt with this team. Doesn't matter how many runs we're down. I mean, we're going to find a way. And, I mean, if you saw the dugout the last inning, we were all up. There's no tears shed until the very last out. And so I think that just goes to show that, I mean, we believe in ourselves and we have all the confidence in the world, regardless of outs, strikes. It doesn't matter. I mean, this team can get it done whether or not it shows up, but it just wasn't our night.
Okay, that'll wrap up player questions. Haley and Alyssa, you can grab your name plate too if you'd like.
thank you. Thank you.
All right. Questions for Coach Hogue now? Okay, go to Justin back around the left.
Actually, what Alyssa just said right there, I'd like to ask you about that. The fact that even in the 7th inning, that belief was there. She said no tears were shed. They still believed they could do it. What does that say about your team, that they were still believing even in that moment up to the very last?
They spend so much time together that the belief just grows and grows, and the desire for each other to succeed and the support they have it's never ending. So it doesn't matter who's up. They believe they're going to get a hit. And if the hitter actually doubts, she's outnumbered. We always talk about there's too many people in that dugout that believe it, so you're not even allowed to not believe it. So I think that's what she's talking about. It was like, oh, it's Capo's turn. You probably don't even know Capo, but we know Capo. A kid gets hits all the time for us. So that's what they're talking about. They look at each other and they believe big, and that comes from all the days together and all the things they've seen each other do.
More questions here in the room? Barry, second row on the right.
Barry Trammell with the Oklahoma. And Amy, you got the short straw on the switched around schedule. You didn't have to play last night, but you had a long day today. They've made a lot of policy changes with the bracket and trying to avoid multiple games in a day. But at some point, is there just nothing you can do? You just, with the rain and a bracket, you just gotta play it.
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to spend a bunch of time getting angry about it because that's what I wanted to do, but that wasn't going to do anybody any good. So if there's things that need to change, then those are things we need to talk about, but not today. Today this is what we've been told that we got to do, kind of like the day we got 2 feet of snow on our field and we wanted to play, so we got shovels out and we got it done. So then later you start to try to figure out how we can schedule things different to make it better. But there was nobody complaining about it. Not me and not one of these 23 gals I brought with me. So you won't hear us complaining or making an excuse. It doesn't feel like it was only one day today. It feels like 2. But yeah, they did hard things today and they didn't come up on the winning end, but I couldn't have been more proud.
Okay, we have a couple questions on Zoom. Jay Drew.
Yeah, Coach, is there any way that Mariah could have pitched today in the night game, or was that a sort of thing where the trainers just said, don't risk it?
I didn't talk to the trainers, and I wouldn't have. She would have wanted the ball. the scout on them said drop balls would be the best way to get them out, and it wasn't going down good, so it didn't work out. But, I think Sid would have got the call anyway. That kid's thrown great, and she looked great. She started really great, and then left the ball up. They got on a roll, and you saw the rest of it. But, no, Mariah could have gone, and I'm sure if we would have caught up, we'd have got her ready. But it was the day for those two seniors to go out there and do what they could, and they gave everything they had.
All right, to Alex again.
Coach, there was a point in the game where you started to, pinch hit a lot of your main lineup and put, some graduate students in there and things like that. I'm wondering, at that point in the game, what was your thinking in terms of why you kind of wanted to change things up? It seemed like maybe you just wanted to give as many people a chance to play, but I'm curious to hear it from you. Just what was your thinking there?
Yeah, it was a little bit that, but also I needed them to get uncomfortable. I was hoping maybe they didn't know anything about those kids I had in the dugout. You saw how they did. They did great. They came off the bench ready and excited and gave us a little spark. So it was twofold. I believed in them big. It was a little bit uncomfortable maybe for them because they hadn't scouted our bench very well. And yeah, some of them haven't played in a while, and I wanted to give them a chance to get a turn in the World Series. So I guess that was threefold. I think I said three things. So.
Any more questions here? Okay, then we'll wrap things up. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks.